In this episode we'll use assets to create tile maps for our character to move on. Also we'll add collisions to it, so that our character won't be able to move into the wall. And just as a reminder, in the description you can find the link to my itch.io page where you can download the assets that we'll use. Here at the screen we've got the game that we have left before in the previous episode. Our character can move freely around the map, but those are only color rectangles. So let's try to make it a bit enjoyable for the player. And for that we'll change those rectangles to the assets that we have prepared. Click on the 2D, and here we've got the scope of our game, and in the assets folder we've got an audio file. We'll use that later, but below we've got TileMap, and in the TileMap folder we've got character.png and environment.png, and you can check the preview on the right in the inspector. For now let's hide the background. Clicking here, toggle visibility will hide it for us, and on node 2D we'll add child node. That child node that we'll need is called TileMap layer. Click right on it and rename. It will be floor 0, but we'll need 2 more of those. So let's click again, TileMap layer, rename, floor 1, and walls 0. With the shift I can grab them all and move above our character body 2D. Click on the first one, floor 0, and right below we've got a new panel. But for now, in the inspector we've got tileset, empty, new tileset. And on this new panel we'll need to click tileset. We can drag our environment.png here, and Godot will ask us to create the tiles automatically for us. We can hit yes. You can see that we've got a few tiles, and Godot did split them apart, and it did it very well. We need to change the tab to the tile map to actually use this one, because we'll use those tiles to draw the floor for our character. Here you can select, for example, this one, and with this tile we can use it to paint our background, and in our case that will be floor. You can draw like that just by holding the mouse button, or faster by using options here. With the rect you can make a bigger box, or use the eraser to remove some. This blue line below is the scope of our current game, so let's try to cover it all. Here we can drag it, and we've got the field, nice. Let's get back to the paint and select the second tile. That way we can change a few of those to not make it as repetitive as it is right now. You can get as creative as you can. When we've got our field ready, we'll use the brown tiles to create the path for our character. Again with the rect. Try to be creative as much as possible, and when you feel that it's ready, we can click the next layer, that is floor 1, and you see that it's all darkened out because the tiles were drawn on a different layer. So here on the floor 1 we'll also need the tile set, and we'll use the environment again, click yes to create auto tiles, and we've got to switch to the tile map, and on this layer I will use bushes and rocks. I want to keep them separated from the floor 0 because those could have a collision. Let's add a few, and also the rocks. And to make it faster you can click with the right button to clear the tile that you have previously added. So let's clear this one. Okay, we can move on to the third layer, that is walls 0, tileset empty, so new tileset, and again environment.png. Let Godot automatically create tiles for us, and this time we'll create the fence. We can zoom a bit in the place that we would like to use for our fence. Remember that you have to stay on the tile map layer walls 0, because otherwise you'll swap the tiles from the previous layers, and we don't want that. So walls 0, and here we can draw a nice fence for our game. We can save it and zoom out a bit. You can see that our current character, that is this orange box, is a bit bigger than any object in this game. So let's make it smaller. Here in character body 2D, under node 2D section in the inspector, click transform and here scale to 0.3. Let's save it and run the game. Our orange box is sliding across those fields, but when we move closer to the fence, that we can move on top of it. And that's not what we want. Our character has collision shape 2D, but it's not enough, because the tiles that we use for the fence, they don't have any collision at the moment, and we need to add them. So close it, and here, layer walls 0, we need to click on this tile set and physics layer. Add element and leave it like that. Here in the tile set below, in our new panel, we can click on it and click paint property editor and our new physics layer 0. We'll use that, and just by clicking on a tile we can add the collision to it. At the moment they are not perfectly aligned with the tiles that we have below it, so we need to match it. Here in this box we can slide to adjust it properly, and to make it easier for us, click on this icon and grid snap. That way we'll have a grid that is easier to move our points of collision. Let's make it 16 and we can try to match it even better. When you change the collision box, you need to click on the tile again just to apply. This collision will be perfect for those two, but on the left we'll need something different. It can take a while, but it's worth it. Same on the right. And after we are done, we can start the game to see if it actually worked. So our orange box is running towards the fence and it cannot move over it from every angle. We can move into the fence. And that's great, we've added our collisions to the game. That's another big step in our game, so you can be proud of yourself. You've learned how to add the tile maps and even the collisions to it. But in the next episode, we'll try to improve our current character. So don't waste any more time and click on the next one.